Right, have I been muted all this time? I am so sorry. Well, I'll start again. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I'm the idiot behind the camera called Laz, who forgot to unmute himself. I'm an absolute moron. So we're carrying on with the tiles tonight. We're gonna recreate the red, which I think is 1 part burgundy, 2 parts red. I think was the ratio from last time. I can't remember exactly if that's right or not, but I'm pretty sure it's more red than burgundy. I am good this evening, Ali. How are you? How are you? And Calm, good evening. Welcoming both of you. And even better to have moderators in each chat. It's absolutely wonderful. How's we diddling today? How's we diddling? Hopefully we're diddling just fine. And then corn red. And we mix that in to get a kind of browny red, similar to the bricks you would see in Manchester. That's what we're going for, because, well, that's where I'm from. I like my red bricks in Manchester. I'm very proud of where I'm from. I've just flicked onto somebody else's stream by accident. That wasn't a good thing. I don't want to go watching the stream while I'm halfway through someone yacht, and okay, a little bit too much information there, can, but fair enough. Down to the shorts and next to the window and fan it is. I'm next to the window, so it's technically my PC classify as a fan. It's certainly whirring up enough. It is certainly working. Yo, Joey! Still need to get in contact with you regarding what's happening later on in the year. You and Alan, for that matter. Find out if you're coming over. In regards to, is there a place where multiple people are going to? Yes, there is. A place where there's at least a few people going to, including myself and the missus. There's going to be a hotel that we're going back to answer that question for you. And it's also where the photographer's going, and I think Graham's staying there as well. Most people live relatively close, so they don't really need hotels and stuff, so it's only the few people that are coming from a bit of a distance. Obviously, the other side of the bloody ocean is a big distance. But how are you doing, Joey? How are you doing? Notice that you've got rid of all that big moppy hair you had growing for a while. Gone back down to the, I would say baby face, but it's not, is it? It's not a baby face. It's dimpled and pucked and worn, and it's an old man face now. Alright, so just get the bricks painted on the base colour. We do have to paint over these again with another dry brush, and we've got to wash them as well. Now, I might do the other one in grey, just because I've got, so I can test out anything that I want to. 4-day weekend. 4-day weekend. And I bet you're spending none of it watching the World Cup. In fact, are any of the matches going on around near you? Because I know they're being spread right across the United States and Mexico and Canada and all sorts of places. England played in Texas the other night. Nice 4-2 win for us. I did not watch USA play because they was at stupid o'clock in the morning and I wasn't awake. In fact, a lot of the timings. The closest one to you going to be in Toronto. Yeah, but that's like all the way up north, that, isn't it? That's crossing border and everything, that. See them Canadians. The weird ones. The ones who have caribou instead of moose. Very strange people. So there's one. Ooh. Reddish tile done. In fact, no, it's not, because I just missed the spot that I've just seen. Well, should I say I've just seen a spot I've just missed, which is right down that edge there. Got you, little. Yeah, I can swear now. Got you, little fucker. Can't remember that. It's got the 5-minute thing on it, hasn't it? And it does worry me, the fact that if you know my channel name, you can find me on YouTube Kids as well. Mini last showed me that one because he found me because he knows my channel name. Found me on YouTube Kids. I'm not happy about that. Really not happy about being able to be found on YouTube Kids. Grey is the next colour. So, done one red, going to do this one grey instead. So I'm going to go for the Administratum Grey. I can never get these bloody names right. Can't I just call them something normal for a change? Oh no, is that too light? Oh no, it was a Skaven Blight Dirge. It was a Skaven Blight Dirge that we used. Skaven Blight Dirge. I was thinking, that looks too light, and that's because it is too light. It wasn't the right colour. It was Skaven Blight Dirge that we used last time. So we're going to grab that out this time as well. Pardon me. See, you think I would have learnt my lesson from Mondays doing burgers, but apparently not. I had them tonight as well. Right. Now, there was a little bit of red mixed in there because I didn't clean my brush properly. So people, clean your brush properly. Clean your brushes. Otherwise paint ends up getting in places you don't want it to. A very, very quick dry brush over all of this. Or very, very quick paintbrush over all this, should I say. Really quick. We don't want to spend too long on it. We've got a lot of dry brush and a lot of other painting to do tonight, so we want to get this sorted ASAP. Without spending absolute hours on it. Skaven Black Dirt. Skaven. You'll watch. Hello. Hello, go for it. How you doing, mate? You've popped in on the portrait mode, but hello, welcome in. I'm sure Twisted Nerves Painting will be absolutely happy to see you here just as much as I am. Alright, he is the reason I'm aware of your existence, I'm not going to lie. He does post quite a few things in the interesting sections and other people's channels part of my Discord, and a lot of your stuff gets put in there, go for it. A lot of your stuff gets put in there, I'm not going to lie. So how are you doing tonight? If you want to join everyone else over in the standard chat, then I do have a horizontal stream as well as a portrait stream. Portrait stream is more for those who's like scrolling and going through that way. And occasionally people find me that through doom scrolling essentially. So that's what I have that for. Some people like to stay in the portrait mode though. So other people prefer the horizontal view. It's entirely up to you which one you want to go for. Right, so now we need to let the Skaven Black Dirge dry as well. It's this one that takes the lightest shade. It's this one that takes the Dawnstone. And then, yeah, Dawnstone first and then Administratum Grey. that's the way it goes for the cobblestones. And it's Xandri dust if you wanted to do it as a sandy colour. So get some Dawnstone out first. Is it Dawnstone? Yeah, Dawnstone. Just making sure I'm getting the right one. It is Dawnstone. And the nice little rubbery bit that comes away with this. The annoying bit that comes with all Games Workshop paints because it gets locked in behind the lid, and it's an absolute pain to get out again. Yeah, dry brushing over all these. Try not to get into the recesses too much because we need to keep that relatively balanced. And we want to keep the recesses and a lot of the textures that we put in with the foil ball thingy that we stabbed and rolled all over it. Don't need to be too precise at this moment in time because it's all going to be cleaned up with dry brushes and colours and washes and stuff afterwards. So we're going to be alright. We don't have to panic. Even if we do get a bit too much in the recesses and parts of the that we're not supposed to be getting, we can sort that out with a bit of Null Oil. Just give it a bit of a wash in there and it'll sort it all out and clean it up. Also drip back into those recesses so you can see in between the gaps again. Should be nice. Should be. The only one we will find out, and that's when we actually put wash on tile. It's the only way you ever find out is actually by doing it. Which means it can still mess up. And you get the privilege and joy of watching it happen on live if it does. So please enjoy that. Angie, I still need to talk to you, I know. I was tired last time, I was falling asleep, so I ended up going to bed. But what I need your help with is essentially fur. How am I going to get a fur effect? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get a fur effect, but I need a fur effect. In white of all things. In white. I think I can get like the tortoise shell type of look, like the blacky orange. I can get that, I think. I'm just not sure how to do it with white. Really not got a clue. That's because I've got some 3D models. British short hairs from Rogues Den Hobbies. And I'm going to paint them all up like my cat. Obviously Sparkles gets one. And my eldest, when she goes to uni, gets one. Take with her. Because my cat is getting old now. 18, which is bloody old for an animal. Oh, especially a mammal. That heart goes 10 to fucking dozen all the time because of the size that they are. It's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one. But I do wish to paint them two cats. Well, there's three. I've got one to practice on, and then two that actually look like my cat. So obviously I'm going to practice on the practice one first because it doesn't quite look like my cat. Similar, but not as good as the other two. And then once I'm happy with that one, I can go on to the ones that actually look like my cat and try it there. Thank you very much, Ali. It sounds really weird if... Yeah, it's so weird if I have to say it. Yes, I am getting 11th edition box. If I can just confirm on Sparkles, it is currently in the post. Yes. It is currently in the post. I should have it tomorrow or Saturday. I'm going to guess Saturday because that's the actual release date. So I will have the 11th edition box, which means I will have more Space Marines and I will have more Orcs. And I will have another rulebook. And another set of cards to help me make missions that I don't like. I've still got the Leviathan cards that I don't think I've ever used them. Except for being a reference for somebody else. I don't think I've ever. Some have been getting early. Those are very, very select people who Games Workshop know that they're getting them early. Don't get me wrong, if they have sent it out to ship, it's just how long it will take to ship. And if they are following Games Workshop's rules, then it will take them 48 hours to ship because they sent it yesterday. Or if I'm really lucky, it arrives tomorrow, but I still don't get to open it until Sunday because it is a Father's Day present. So we have another sandy coloured one. Yes, we're still running on 10th edition codexes at the minute. So if you've scanned your 10th edition codex into the Warhammer app, you've got all the updated stuff. I checked it out today. And yeah, all the new units are in there. So the Eradicators with heavy bolters and the updated stuff, that's all in there now. And new points, costs, etc. The key to paint each hair individually and incorporate all the hairs into the colours of. These things are small, Angie. These things are like really small. No, they're bigger than them ones. They're in a drawer back there. I'll have to pop up a picture. But they are little tiny things. I'm not going to pretend that they're great big whopping things because they're not. Right. Now, Dawnstone again to go over the other one. And then it does sound tedious, but I should imagine like all this, once you get into the rhythm of it, it's quite easy. It's just getting into said rhythm. Not always that easy. Not always that easy. Nice, another dollop of Dawnstone. And then we can get cracking onto this bit with this one. This one. I don't want it too thickly on there. I do want some of the paint from underneath to still be showing through, just to give it some colour gradients and stop it looking quite as flat and just bland, really. You see some big difference already just going from the black to the grey. It makes the fur look realistic. So I'm going to have to sit there with a very, very tiny brush. Figure that much out now. It's going to be a ridiculously tiny brush, which I do own. So I'm lucky I do own ridiculously tiny brushes to be able to paint hairs. I'll get something like that, for instance. That should do it. And then hair by hair by hair by hair by hair by hair. Right. At least I've got an idea now. At least I've got an idea, because I was honestly, I was completely stumped. I was thinking sponging might have worked. but then I thought it might leave it a little too bubbly. So I was actually really struggling how to get the fur right. I was hoping you weren't going to say paint every individual hair, but you did. You did. You said paint every individual hair. I was hoping you wasn't, but heck, you know it all. You know it better than I do, so I am going to take your advice on that, and I'm going to paint every individual hair. Oh, happy, happy, joy, joys. Happy, happy, joy, joys. Have I left my phone on site? I have. Haha. Notifications are not coming through. No, 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 no. I got you. Yeah. I went a bit off on there, didn't I? Sorry. So I'm going to have to base coat it white. No, base coat ivory, then come back over with white because it's got a slight yellow tint under the underside of. So yeah, base coat ivory, then go over with white with a small brush, a really small brush. If I get carpal tunnel, Angie, I'm blaming you. What? She told me to use a really small brush to do this. Did you not think about using a slightly bigger brush? No, because that's a page individual hair. Oh, Angie's fault. No worries, Gav, no worries. Right, so we have greys. That one's not even been Mod Podged. Right, you're going to stay up there. I'm not Mod Podging you now. You can sod off. I ain't Mod Podging now. I've got enough to do without Mod Podge getting involved. Right. Now we need ivory. But we need to move the drying ones out of the way. So drying one, and drying one. That's dried different. Oh, that's because I didn't base that in black. I didn't base that in black, and I did base that in black. So that's why I've got a difference. See, this is why you have to test and do these things, people. Otherwise, shit fucks up. So actually, you're supposed to be like that one over there. So you're the one that's going away, and you're the one that's supposed to have been done Xandri dust. So I've got to do another Xandri dust now because I've done the wrong one because I'm an idiot. I am. I'm an absolute moron sometimes. Sparkles is not going to disagree with that. It does look okay, but it's not matching. So I'm now going to have a set of dust tiles with a black base coat and a set of dust tiles without a black base coat. So you're going to be two sets of dusty tiles. So it's going to be 20 dusty tiles in total. See, I see that's much brighter once I've painted that on there. Without the black undercoat, it's much brighter. He's like, yeah, lads, no shit, Sherlock. Paint something black, then put a colour over it, and then you've got something that's white, and then put the same colour over it, and you're surprised that it's brighter. Well, no, not really, but it still is. I'm not surprised it's brighter, it's just I'm now aware of what I went wrong with the original one. Or with the second one, should I say, because the original one is going to be like this. See? The second one's a lot bloody darker. A lot bloody darker. I'm trying to think of how I can make some sci-fi type ones. know. You never know. The magical world of Sparkles and Oak might end up facing Chaos Space Marines or normal Space Marines, Guard, Eldar, Orcs, anything like that, really. Along with Goblins, Orcs, Skeletons, Zombies, and other stuff that I have from fantasy stuff. Hey up, Graham! Was your ears burning? He's talking about you not long ago. If Joe is coming over, I think he might be trying to get into the same hotel as us. A, he'll be able to find it easier because there'll be other people going there. And B, he'll be able to find it because there's going to be other people going there. Yep, we was. Nothing bad, don't worry. You gotta put your uniform on. Oh yeah, you're in as Graham's hobby corner, aren't you? Oh, no uniform, no uniform. I was even advertising you on somebody else's stream the other day. I wasn't up, but I put the Maryland Knight in the in the finished project section. People were asking where I got the Maryland Knight from. Obviously, it came from you. So, I got to advertise you on a different YouTube channel compared to my own. Obviously, I threw my discount code on there just in case anyone does go over. Aha, there we are. All good. All good. If you come over, you're not coming in uniform. Fair enough. Now, Graham needs to be in his uniform. He needs to be in his Rogue's Den Hobbies profile. So then when I do that for break time, people have an idea of when they can ask questions for Graham if they want to go there and take advantage of that 10% discount. He does ship worldwide, by the way. So that is a good thing. So you're thinking, damn it, I don't live in Europe. Fine. Order anyway. It'll still come through. He'll still ship it. He has his international licenses. In fact, it's one of the few things you can rely on from Rogue's Den Hobbies is for them to be artistically anal about everything being done properly. Although he's probably not going to be happy when I get something from somewhere else. But there's somewhere else, as far as I know, he's not charging me, so you can't complain about free. And if you can complain about free, then you're in far too good of a position in this world. Right, now we have all the sand stuff done. Patrick, A up. Hey up, Patrick. How is you? How is you? Just having a chat, actually. Was you in there the other day? I don't know if you was in the same one. Ooh. Right, now, is this the actual game, the full box models, the lot? That's big news in case anyone's wondering. Dave, if you don't know, is MS Paints. And Petrichor is his new game that he's just launched. And what Graham's just said there, that could be nice. That could be nice for Graham and for Dave. Reliably close local supplier. Selling a homebrewed or home-sourced game. Can't ask for much better than that, really, can you? You might do, yeah, you can sod right off. I've got a feeling you're going to want my airbrush compressor and... Where's it gone? There's a very certain paint in here that I believe you will want as well. I can't see it because the living room light's not on. Yeah, an actual stream day clumsy. You got it right for a change. Not a day late, where me getting the start of the stream wrong messes him up even more. Aha, there we go. You're going to be wetting my airbrush and I believe this. So I've got a feeling you're going to want these eventually. And the metallic medium as well. So that you can get your nice metallic green little... Yeah. Get the colours sorted, shall we say, for your tab. You've got a lot of suits to do now, mate. Yeah, it does. Getting a message today like, what's going on with your stream? There's nothing's going on with the stream. It was yesterday. Yeah, your secret's safe here, Graham. He's not said don't tell anyone, but we would have all forgotten what we're not supposed to have told anyway by the time we finish this, so don't worry. You'll be alright. Right, now we're on for the dry brush, the big dry brush. The main dry brush. This is the one that actually takes a lot of ivory. This is why I end up going through ivory quicker than any other colour. Yeah, we could work some out. So I've got metallic paints, I've got paint thinners, I've got the green paint there ready to do your entire bloody army with. I've just got to mix it all together, put it into a nice pot so I can run it through the airbrush. I don't want a wet brush, but I don't want a dry brush, even though I'm dry brushing. You know what I mean? Oh, you're getting them? Oh, right. No. Shh. Don't mention. No. Not jinxing it. If you get them, you get them. That is awesome. Looking great. That's the main reason I want a copy of Petrichor. Is because of those frogs. I think is there also a New Yorker in there as well, or is it just frogs? Because if there's a New Yorker in there, that's just gonna make it even better. Frogs don't come in. I know they don't. You've got to get them separate, but fine, I'll get them separate. They're supposed to work with the game, though, as far as I'm aware. I will get them separate if I need to. Good night, Ali. You have a nice sleep and enjoy your work tomorrow. We'll speak to you again on Monday. Although I am no longer a member of the Sunday streams, so I can't join them anymore, sadly. I just have to wait for things to come in the post now. Now this is the one thing I do hate about dry brushing, is sometimes it doesn't quite go the way you want it to. No, I don't need 100% coverage, but I need enough to be able to bring the bricks out, and now it's all gone all pinky weird. And where's my little one? Where's my little one? It's not too far, it just needs to wash over it. Okay. I can deal with that. Thank you very much, Patrick. Thanking you very much. It's taken a little bit more work to get them into the condition that I want them in. But I will get there eventually. I will get there. Where's that other big dry brush that I had out on Monday? Because I tried to keep everything kind of in check for Monday, but not everything seems to have worked, so it's going to have to be this one. Well, we'll keep going, we'll get there. Wet the brush. Tack it on my hand so it's not completely sopping wet. Dab it in the paint. Dab the paint on there. Brush the majority of it off on the back of my hand. And then get onto this. So hopefully this is now going to dull down those browns. Hopefully. You were painting some of them dwarves at last. Them dwarves been waiting for me painting for a while, haven't they? Just dull down some of those browns. See, they're not as bright and shiny as they were anymore, which is kind of, but there's just enough colour in it so you can see that not all of them are great in that section. Maybe a little bit heavier than what I did on this one, but not too far off. Obviously the pencil left a lot more in the gaps here on this one, whereas they're much cleaner gaps on this one, so it should be okay. I did do a second one, which is there. Get the excess paint off on my hand. And just beat that shine down a little bit. We don't want to remove all the colour. We just want to knock the shine down. There we go. So we just knock the shiny edge off it. So when they do eventually go together, there is some colour uniformity on them. Last part of the day is done, which means by the sounds of it, you've got more parts of the day to do tomorrow. Which parts have you got more to do tomorrow? Or are you lucky enough that this is the last? The pictures you were showing me earlier, you may have one or two to go tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. It does, however, mean that Angry Ron's getting a bit of a downgrade into a Demon Prince. I should have done grey with this. Over the Skaven Blight Dirge. I should have definitely gone a grey. I mean, it does... Actually, that's not bad. That's not as bad as I've not got a new Angron yet. First 3 in the unit that has been posted in my Discord. It doesn't tell me unless you do. Finished models, where are we? Ooh, oh, very nice fire axes. Very nice fire axes. Let's go to this. I believe there we go. Those are the dwarfs that Graham's painting. Look at that denim! Look at that denim! That denim's just not allowed to look like that. Look at it! Bloody good is what that is. Bloody good. Get rid of window capture now. I believe a couple of other people have also managed to locate those particular files. They're quite available online at the moment. Pretty sure I've seen a few sets of them. Although if you can wish to start having conversations about 3D printing, I don't know if have I got a room in Discord about 3D printing? If not, I'll put one in for you. There's a few people who like 3D printing now, so. I think I should add another text channel. 3D. That's a pound sign, you idiot. Now, I'm not going to have much to do in that text channel. Move it up to there. There you go. You've both got, well, and you and anyone else can now chat away to 3D printing on yourself. And then you're free to get back to painting again. Yes, so you got to re-slice them all? Oh, that doesn't sound like a fun job. That does not sound like a fun job at all. Re-slicing all the models. Every time I do one of them red brick things, my brush goes red and pink. I don't like it. It's not good. I'll wash my brush and sit here trying to wring out as much bloody paint of it as I can now. Space Edits! How you doing, Edits? You alright? Welcome back in. So it's more because you've changed stuff that you're going to have to sort out how to reprint it again, essentially. I get you. New resin, new malarkey and palaver is what you're saying. They're complaining, Edits, about having to slice things up for a printer. Oh, boo bloody who, at least you've got a printer. How much easier would these tiles have been if I could just print them with the detail and I had to etch them all in myself and stuff. Just hit the go button and off it pops. And out comes a nice tile for me to just prime and paint. Sandy is a little sandier. I may have to give it another coating of Xandri dust, just to. I mean, I like the discolorations on these. That's nice. Same with this one. I don't want it to be perfectly all over. You're painting the Grey Knight Flip. Oh yes, not Castellan Crow. Oh, what's he called? Stern, Brother Stern. I could have asked what? You have all the what's now? Graham, you gotta send me a picture of these things. Well, if you Edits. If you turn on the notification bell, you should get a half an hour notice when I'm going live. If you put it on, Sparkles has it on because yeah. Ooh, the XP board. I don't even know how to check my own. We're just gonna derail for a minute while I go find out how I check an XP board. I'm not disputing somebody's. I'm not disputing that you're number one at the moment. Thing is, I've never seen anyone knock Ali off that spot. I don't even know where to go check it, to be quite honest. I'm not even sure where to. Oh, community. It might be under community.
They mean on the live chat.
Oh, you mean on the live chat? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Now I understand. I know I could have just asked, but then we'll have to go find them then, Carl. And I know how to do these ones, and I've also got all of them. No, I put it. See, I've got a lot of paper plates to make even more out of. So I've got a lot to do. You have 100 XP. So wait a minute. We have Edits, who is currently ranked number 1 on portrait mode. Who's got that title on horizontal? We don't know. We don't know. So we're just going to have to give Edits the 100% top fan title for the stream. No. To all you who thought you were going to get it. Right. What was I going to do next? I don't know. I've forgotten. Slight derails. All it takes. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So all it takes is for me to go left is somebody else to go right, I suppose. No, I'm supposed to be doing this one as well. Right. I'd get there eventually. Oh, you managed to take over Ali. I don't think Ali did much talking in there. I thought you meant for the overall channel. It does every now and again give me my top contributors and top conversators and things like that. And I'm not going to lie, every bloody month it's Ali. Every month is Ali. She even beats out Sparkles, who's my missus, so don't worry about it. Sparkles doesn't talk much. But you've got the 100% this time, so you're working your way up there. She should be up there next time it tells me. As Fargrim was up there for a while. And he got bumped back down by Graham. He got bumped down by Calm. He got bumped back down by Graham. But Ali has kept that spot most of it. What armies are my favourite? Orcs. Orcs. Get 'em, boys. Yeah. Orcs is the best. Orcs always win. Because if we don't win, we run away and we come back and fight another day. And if we do win, then we've won and we've done some crumping we have. Oh, you are on 2 accounts. You are on your Rugsden Hobbies at the moment for obviously self-promotion. As well as your standard Graham's Hobby Con. Which is your I'm not here for promotion, pretend I'm not here one. See, Carl managed to go to Carl managed to the number 1 once. Very briefly. Basically it was a very, very, very quiet stream. And Cam got to go in there. But my favourite faction is Orcs. And I'm getting more Orcs this weekend. So before I get the more Orcs this weekend, I'm going to put little grubby mossy bits in the bricks. That's what I forgot to do. So these 4, so the red ones and the grey ones, what I need to put on is, see how these got these little green bits here? Little green mossy bits. That's what I've got to put on them. Which again means I need a brush. And put little tiny sections of green. Yeah, and also your teal county, probably why you don't get the top spot as much, Graham. Because of the jumping around from 2 different accounts and etc, etc. I mean, if you're watching off both accounts, that's brilliant for the algorithm. Speaking of which, if anyone wants to leave comments or anything like that, feel free. Likes are always welcome, along with subscriptions. Always useful, always nice. Helps with the channel as well. Oh, I'm looking forward to doing these arcs. I'm looking forward to doing the arcs, but I'm also not looking forward to them as much because I've realised what colour I've chose for my arcs, which is yellow. And we all know how much I like yellow. About as much as I like white. And that's what's great. It's basically, it's always a race of who can knock Ali off. Ali's caught every one of my streams now for about the past 2 years. Oh, that's just a kitty cat going out. That's alright. Rather than painting in the moss and getting in the glue and all the, what do we call them? Mixed herbs, that's it. Rather than getting all them in there, I'm just, yeah, army paint, a speed paint, arc green, just in a few little places to add that little point of interest. Without having to go too far into the basing materials. No, not having to be neat with this because it is just growing moss. We can leave it in weird little sections and shapes. Pardon me. And then one more for this set of bricks. I want to try and add it where there's not too much detail already, because there are some places, as you can see down here, where the textures are coming through and the details are coming through quite nicely. So I don't want to take too much away from them, so I want to try and stick it in the more boring areas where there's not much going on. And that should leave us very nicely for the greens to do. Well, this is one thing, you two can have a nice little chat and be happy and talking. And there'll be other people that you at least know. On these ones I don't want too much, but do what enough so it doesn't look like a completely clean pressure wash street. So just a couple of little bits of moss growing in the middle. Again, that way when they go together, they don't look too different from each other. It is going to be fun though. It is going to be fun. Right. So that's that one, that one, that one. That's 6 out of the 8. Ooh, today's going quick. It's not necessarily a good thing. Quick can sometimes mean that I've missed stuff. So I'm going to be careful and double check as I'm going over. Now, I don't want green stuff in the sand bases. Obviously, that just doesn't make sense having green stuff in the sand bases. So, what can I do with the sand? I've had an idea. Yes, it hurt, in case anyone's wondering. I've moved my head out of the way so you can't see the smoke coming out. No, overburden the brain and all that. We don't want the tea. We don't want the mixed herbs. We want the tea leaves, which luckily I still have around. Just about. Francois, Norris, hello, Daggos. You coming to watch us again? You watch me more than Francois does, don't you, Daggies? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Lovely little Daggos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tea leaves as opposed to the mixed herbs. Which means we get a little bit of glue. Hopefully. I'm not quite sure who was using this last, but I don't think it was me. The glue doesn't want to come out. Are you laughing at me talking to your dogs? Well, if they're going to sit here and watch me, I'm going to talk to them. I'd be even more surprised if they type back though. Right, I'm going to need something to clear the nozzle. I'll just go get the glue that works. That would probably be a better idea, wouldn't it? But if I ever did anything the nice and simple way, I think you would all get worried. I know I would. So hopefully now the glue's not going to come out of there. Fair enough. Let's see what's stopping. Oh, okay. That would stop it. That is a very, very big clogged up section of glue. In fact, I think this might end up pulling a big chunk of glue out of this. This is not nice. Is there actually any glue left in there? I hope so. I just have to pull out a very, very large section of dried glue from inside there. And I'm having to do it again from inside the cap. I think I ended up cutting the cap open with this one, and that's why this has happened. Now this is wood glue as opposed to standard PVA. Which is pretty much the same thing, except one's got a little bit more of an agenty thing in it to make it bond easier. Which that's the wood glue, by the way. They don't want to stick chemicals like that in school glue, which is the other one that I have. I'm just really struggling to get this clog out. I mean, it is a proper clogger. This is the type of thing that would like sink the sea cat. Very niche reference there for those people who might get it. Especially if you've ever sent out a couple of sea cat killers yourself. Well, it depends what side of the country you live on, really. If you live on my side, you get sea cat killers. If you live on the other side, it is more danger to Europe for the shipping lanes. But the sea cat is an aquaplaning boat, in case anyone was wondering. I never sent this out to sea. It's getting beached. Something. I've got to have something that's going to be able to remove this. That might work. A spodger. Now they're trying to figure out what the cat's doing outside, which is quite literally just sat there doing naff all and waiting until somebody comes out and then runs back in. Because she's awkward like that. Sparkles, he's being the absolute wonderful person that she is again. And he's putting the kettle on. How nice is she? This is really not good. That is coming through slowly but surely. I'm just not very happy about the way it's going. No worries, Graham. No worries. You have a good night, mate. And I'll speak to you again real soon. Real soon. Various things we can need to talk about, as well as shite being one of them. There we go. Is that cleared that? Yay, I've cleared the nozzle. Now I've just got to screw it back onto here. Do we have Mr. Lucky? We do. We do have Mr. Lucky Knife back in. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. We're just going to mix up some homemade moss, which in this case is a little splodge of PVA glue, and then tea leaves. All sprinkled on. Yep, potions. And then mix it all in. That's going to need some more PVA, is that? And then this is to go on here and to be mossy fillings. It's easier on the big red brick walls. You just petty bit of green, done, bish bosh. No naffing about. Not too easy when it comes to sandy based tiles. The green doesn't quite go well, so you kind of have to put some kind of mossy stuff in. So that's why we make it. Tea leaves and PVA glue, or wood glue in this case. Get it all mixed together. And then, ooh, find where you want it to go. So I want a nice big splodge there. Now I don't want it too thick. Because otherwise the tiles become awkward to use. That's why I get enough of it in the gaps and the crevices and stuff, so it looks like something's actually growing out of them. I've made way too much. Way too much. which makes it a little bit more interesting. It does help. That's what I did with my. There it is. Yep, that's what I did with my librarian. Same thing, just a thin layer of PVA, thinned out a lot, and then tea leaves over it afterwards. It works a lot better than this regarding basing, but this I do want to, although I don't want it too thick, I also don't want it too thin either, and I need it to at least look like it's dried in crap. And in some cases, quite literally, dung. If it looks a little bit like dung, that's fine. Which means animals have used this path. It's just getting it to go on and stay without me having to spray it with something like a spray adhesive to lock it in. I mean, there's always a possibility I will have to go over it with watered down PVA just to help lock it in anyway. But that just adds a little bit more texture and life to little bits of tiles. Like I said, I have made far too much. Way too bleeding much. So where else can I put some of this? I'm trying to think now. I don't want to waste it, that's the problem. I mean, it is only pucker tea bags. I never can get them into a nice... Ooh, look at that nice big dung pile there to go on a base. Ooh, that's going to be safe for basing material, that. I've just decided. That is going to be basing stuff. And hopefully it's going to end up on somebody's base. Don't know whose base. Somebody over the weekend. Give the stones a light dusting. Which stones? Cam, you've got to be more specific. I've done hundreds, these loads of stones here. Do you want the red ones, the grey ones, the sand ones? Which ones need the light dusting? And don't be a smart ass and try and message me. My phone's on YouTube at the minute. And my hands are full of this stuff. Eee. Give them stones a light dusting. Of what though? I don't see what I have to give them a light dusting of. What sparkle's picking up off the floor? Oh! A grey one. A grey one. The grey ones, just a light dusting. These ones are... Right, now you got to tell me. Cobblestone or brick? If it's cobblestone, I've got to wait for that green paint to dry. If it's brick, I've got to wait for that green paint to dry. Either way, I've got to wait for a green paint to dry. They're both made out of stone. Well, they're not. They're both made out of foam. But they're both supposed to look like stone. Do you mean that one? That one needs a wash yet. That one needs a wash. As do these. They all need a wash. Dirty, smelly little buggers that they are. They need to be cleaned. They do. They do need to be cleaned. Cobble. Right. Now, what do you suggest I give them a dust in it? Do you think you go darker? Lighter? Oh, so it looks more like... Oh, you mean put a bit in there as well? Right, I get you. I get you now. Where's me green? What you mean is, when I do that, sprinkle a bit in there. And then kind of paint it a bit in. So that's got texture as well. Is that what you mean? If that's what you mean, that's not a bad idea. Problem is, I've got to wait for that to dry now before I can like shake it off. Make them wet again. Right, so we have lots of little bits of green that are now covered in lots of little bits of tea. Louis, how are you doing? Yeah, more Dungeons and Dragons tales. I'm trying out different styles. So I've got cobblestone, I have sandstone, I have red brick, I have brown brick, and the grey brick. And at the moment, I'm just trying to add little mossy bits in. And Karma's just given me a really good idea of, once I've put the paint on, just sprinkle a little bit of tea leaves on, let it dry, and then come back and just paint a little bit afterwards. You guys keep building Necromunda and stuff. Well, hopefully I've got the Armageddon box coming this week. Well, I say hopefully. They've said it's been dispatched, so it should be here. I'll have the Armageddon box set this weekend. Hopefully I'll be in where I want to be in next week, and then I can start that. If not, then I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to have to struggle. Just one of the many things that I have to do. One of the other many things I have to do is wait for shit to dry. I have to wait for a lot of shit to dry. In this case, it's PVA glue and paint. Are you going to stick anything to there? Are you going to stick anything to there? We'll find out in a minute anyway when I come back in and knock all this off. See where it ends up with. That, however, just looks like a very, very big pile of dung. It does. In the Armageddon box, the Eradicators, I will be chopping the ends off the heavy bolters to attach multi-melter tips. And then I can have 3 units of 3 Eradicators with melters rather than the crappy heavy bolt rifle thingy bobs. So then I'll have, 3 units with 2 melter rifles and a multi-melter each. The Intercessors, no idea what I'm going to do with them. Vanguard Veterans, I'm going to build up. The Jump Pack Chaplain, I'm going to build up because then that'll give me. Yeah, I'll be keeping the Rifle Shield. I'll be keeping the Rifle Shield and putting the twin barrel multi-melter on it. Of course, I am lucky. I don't like. If I wanted if I wanted bolters on Gravis, I'd just take heavy Intercessors. I don't want bolt rifles on Gravis. I want melter guns. I have enough anti-infantry. I can throw bolt rounds out for fun. What I can't do is throw melter rounds out for fun. And I like working in 3s. So 3 units of 5 Hellblasters, 3 units of 3 Eradicators, makes it perfect for me. At the moment, I only have 2 units of 3 Eradicators, and none of them have multi-melters. But these new Eradicators look perfect for it. Just snip the end and glue the multi-melter bit. And I've got plenty of vehicle multi-melters that I can steal bits from. I just don't have any actual multi-melters that would have come with a walking unit or an infantry unit. So I'm going to have to customize them. It's the only way I've got. Carl's probably sat there going, no, you're not allowed to have more Eradicators with melters. But I am. And I do like meet my groups of 3. I do like my groups of 3. So yes, they will be having the shield on them, but we're getting replaced with different guns. You see, I'm allowed Eradicators with multi-melters, Carl. Just because that means that I've got a chance of actually knocking out storm surges and things like that. Well, so be it. It's either that or it's going to get absolutely charged by Brutalis Dreadnoughts or Terminators. The Terminators get a +1 to wound as well because the chaplain's going to be in there, and the Vanguard Veteran's going to have a chaplain to lead them as well, which is nice. I do like that chaplain. I'm more excited for the Orc side, but there are a couple of models in the Space Marine side that are making me go, mm-hmm. Oh, you ordered a Da Vinci Maestro set. Oh. Yeah, I should imagine they'll send a new one. That's an expensive bloody brush. Yeah, I should imagine. I mean, I have some Red Sable Kalinskis myself. So, just so you can see, yeah, I do have some Red Sable Kalinskis from Creative Models. And these are like 15, 20 years old, and they are absolutely amazing brushes, but I try not to use them for anything that might damage them. I try not to use them. So obviously I don't use them as dry brushes. Oh crap, you've gone from using synthetics to an OK Kalinski. Okay, yeah, you've just found out what the difference between a Peugeot and a Ferrari is. I mean, I'm not saying the Kalinskis that I've got are Ferraris. Nah. But I'm aware of the range you're on about there, and yes, they are very expensive. They are very nice, and they flow absolutely amazingly. Yeah, so it's a pretty much similar feeling. You've upgraded now from the standard Kalinski to the Da Vinci's Kalinskis. And it's so much better, isn't it? But I've got to say that even if you're just starting, don't go buy one of those Da Vinci brushes. It's not going to make you a great painter. It's going to cost you a lot of money. You've got to ruin the brush. And it's a learning curve. I was looking, I've said they come from synthetics up to his Kalinski, then up to the Da Vinci's as he's got better and better and better. It is a good idea to start with a cheaper set of, just a cheap set of synthetics or a cheap set of sable hair if you can get them. Learn how to use a brush. Just get comfortable having a brush in your hand. I mean, I said I don't normally do stupid things with my Red Sable Kalinskis. He says doing all this with it. Perhaps not the best idea in the world. So you'd say start with a Kalinski. I'm not going to say anything because I did. As I said, I started with them once. Yeah, so just a cheap red sable Kolinsky. This was by Creative Models. As I said, it lasted me years. I try not to do anything too bad with it, but I do some things with it every now and again. But it's just like, you really shouldn't do that with that brush, you know. Yeah, I know, but it's the one in my hand, so I'm going to use it. See, I'm quite happy that I got jumped from. I'll jump to Winsor and Newton Synthetics. You get most of your brushes from Walmart, Louis. That's not bad. Yeah, if you're still in bad habits, then yeah, don't get expensive brushes. But I've had synthetic Winsor and Newtons work really well. Just a foundation series. Where's one of them? There it is. Just a Winsor and Newton foundation synthetic. Works well. Holds its tip okay. I mean, they've started to curl now, but they are getting a bit old compared to some of my other brushes. Waiting for glue to dry. Waiting for glue to dry. While I'm waiting for glue to dry, I'm going to stick you on some music. We've not had arc for a while, have we? Let's have a bit of arc. And then we can have that while I go do a couple of quick things. Yeah, you've got all that brush fronting to look forward to, Cam. Good luck with that. I shall be back soon.
That's dead or not. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger. Go down, boys. Get crunk. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crunk. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Always better fun and great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger. Go down, boys. Get crunk. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crunk. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Always better fun and great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. With yokes, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or nice. You just get damage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. With yokes, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or nice.
Well, apparently, did that stop working? No, it didn't. It carried on playing. Awesome. I can close that now, though. Hello. I know I've got the cap on the wrong way around. Well, I said cap on the right way around. That's a weird one. Wrong way around, right way around, I'm not sure. But, yeah. So the DaVinci Maestro Series 10, yeah. Right, while we're still waiting, we're going to go have a look for a DaVinci Maestro Series 10 brush. Just so Cam can have an understanding of what he's trying to get himself into here. So we open up that. Oh, we can close that. And we want a... No, highlight the bit that I want, you absolute... pickle that it is. And it won't let me... Of course it won't let me. It won't let me copy, and I've already forgotten how to spell Da Vinci. D-A-V. Is D-A-V Da Vinci? Da Vinci Maestro Series 10. Maestro is M-A-E. Maestro Series 10, not Series 35. Okay, we'll go to Amazon because yeah, it's on me. That's good. I just wanted to check, make sure it was on mine. And you got the size 2. You got a size 2. No. That one, yeah. I want that one. Okay. Now, it's not so much actually giving me the sizes here. Oh, there we go. We've got a size 3, which is about £15. Size 10, which is 120. Look at that. That's a 0.3, which is only just over a 10. That's not too bad. An N1. That's a sponsor. I don't want you. That's the Da Vinci Nova. I don't want one of them either. They're not always the right ones. See, that's a small brush. Alright, aha. Round size 10. Extra short retouch spotter. Flat. Do we actually have a size 2 anywhere? They're not specifying it in sizes, apart from size 12. So it's, no, it's too big. It's too big, too big. Too big, way too big. Too small. That's probably about right. Nice tip on it as well. And you're looking about 20 quid, Cam. About 20 quid. It was just a quicker way of doing it. There are other places that are nearby to us. Fred Aldous in Manchester that might have them. It's just a lot of places only have limited stocks now, and yeah, unless you've got somewhere closer. So to me and Calm, I think the closest place is possibly Element Games that might stock them, and that's a while away. That's not exactly around the corner. War Office again might have them. Good evening, Twisted. Good evening. We had Go For It in earlier. But for ease of use, yeah, they are. I've got a couple of those here as well, or I did have. Where's my artificer brushes gone? Nope, that's my multi-fine detail. Artificer layer, there we go. Yeah, those are just Windsor and Newton, but rubbish ones. But, I mean, they're not too bad. But, yeah. They're not actually as good as Windsor and Newton, which is strange. Right. Make sure we give that a tap. And that a tap. And then we want Agrax Earth Shade for stony ones and the red ones, and then we want Null Oil for the others. So now it's a great big wash. I mean, you can probably get them cheaper, as I said, if we go to things like Element Games or Fred Aldous or, yeah, one of the art shops as opposed to a specific model tax dealer. Because that's basically what we're paying there, is we're paying modelling tax. Because most people in this hobby have spare income. And they're aware of that, so they price it for it. I say most people in this hobby have spare income. Some of us have been at it too long now that we've managed to develop families and households and don't have as much spare income anymore. Apparently Cam's gone all nuts on me and joined the left-wing community. I think that's what that message was supposed to be about. Gone all liberal. Don't do liberal. Not unless we're talking about paints, and then it's and a good thick coating of it, and then we can be liberal, but that's about it. So I could actually shade the entire tile. The entire tile. And I'm thinking, but lads, you've just dry brushed all that into a lighter colour. Yeah, I know. But now I'm trying to get some of the textures back. And if I can get the textures back, then I can go over it there as well. Pardon me, sorry about that. It's just drying. It takes a long time to dry. All this stuff just takes ages to dry. So I might have a quick look through the Warhammer app in a minute. Because it keeps telling me I need to attach a lieutenant to a unit. And I don't actually know how to, because it doesn't let me attach a lieutenant to a unit. And I want to attach them to the Blade Guard veterans. Because since the points changes, my 2,000 point army is not quite a 2,000 point army anymore. It was close, but I still had to make some changes just to get things in there. So I took out 5 Terminators, took out a Librarian, stuck in some Blade Guard veterans, and a Lieutenant to go with them. Good evening, Buzzard. How you doing, mate? Well, hope they don't come out till Saturday. So you might not be able to find out if you can get one until Saturday, because that's when the actual release date is. Hopefully you'll be able to get one. There's a new character for Marines. There's always new characters for Marines. In this box set, it's the Jump Pack Chaplain. And I believe the rumours at the moment are potentially Vulcan for a Primarch when the new Codex comes out. "22-ish hours, which is just before midnight Friday for me. So that might be counting into it being released in like Japan and a few other places where it gets released a little bit earlier. None of your chat comes up on screen. That one did. Yes, we are using tea for basing, not drinking, because this is absolutely rubbish pucker sleep tea. This is not a nice tea. This is a horrible tea. The only thing this tea is good for is for basing. That's the only thing it's good for. It's a rubbish tea otherwise. Mother-in-law got me a pack a while ago because we usually have Twining sleep tea. And she picked up a pucker one. And we tried it and it was horrible. So it got donated to me for basing material. Which I'm not complaining because it makes good basing material. And it's weird because if you can get it to stay right, you can coat it in like a PVA watery mix, and the water brings out the berry colours. So you get like purples and reds and stuff. And if you can get it to lock in those colours, it's really nice. But if you don't wet it too much, then it stays as the nice brown tea leaf type colour. So it works on a couple of different ways. And I do have a lot of bases that I'm going to have to be doing in the future, especially over the next coming weeks. Not only will I have the Armageddon box set full of orcs, I will also have my other orcs to rebase and repair, which means I'll have to drag the orcs tub out and then start making up bodies, arms, and putting them on the larger bases. I should have some nice wooden or MDF 32mm bases for them. Haha, sandy ones. You go over there. You go down there. I don't have many places to put these things at the moment, so they have to go in specific places. Now for the red brick. This should be nice and easy because I should just be able to follow the lines and slap it in. Washing takes ages. Why do I have to do washes? I don't like washes. This is probably one of the few bits that I don't like. Let me just have a quick check or something. Yeah, apparently so, Twisted. Let's have a look. Chat thing on display is broken. I've said hello and chatted at you for 5 minutes. Not a single post has made it in front of you. A couple of them. The one thing you can't see the chat has come up. And you could chat to Laz all day and he won't see. That's just popped up for me. So I do see some of them, although you seem to have got a very cunning way around that already. Mark would be proud. I'll leave that there just in case you wish to continue. Because that's one of the few things that does pop up for me occasionally. Yes, I could try a bigger brush, but a bigger brush also leaves bigger streaks and doesn't always get into the nooks and crannies. I said crannies that I wanted to get into. I do have bigger brushes, but I also have to be careful around the mossy bits because this is kind of the locky in layer as well, so I don't want to knock any off if I can help it. You have said hello. Thank you, Twisted. You did say hello. I have spotted it, and I've spotted that last one coming in. You did drop by. Thank you for dropping by. I'm assuming you're going to go get something to eat in a moment anyway. And it has popped up this time, definitely, and quickly. So I've caught it, I hope. I do have to realise that there is a delay on YouTube bringing messages into me, so I might not have caught it, but I'm hoping I have. Ah, you did, Cam. I did. I caught it eventually. Eventually. It took me a while. He was right. It wasn't showing everything up quite as it should have. He did message me on an alternative mode just so I did get the message. And knew that he was in and I could say thank you. Do get to say thank you to Twisted a lot. He does all my end screens and things for me. Now I thought that dry and bring this one out. Then we wash it off and then we come back with no oil for all the grey stuff. Calgar's got about 6 models. He's got one in Gravis armor, one in Terminator armor, one in his Artificer, whatever the armor it's called, armor of Achilles or something like that. Calgar's got a few different model types. I think the current one is the Terminator one, which is his most recent one where he loses his Victrix on the guard. Which in fairness they should be with Kato anyway, not with him. Yeah, it'll be the new Terminator one, or the newest Terminator one. Because they had him in Gravis armor for a bit. And then by the time Space Marine 2 comes round, they put him back in Terminator armor. Don't know why. You could have just left him in Gravis armor, he had an invulnerable save anyway. Could have just made him have a special Gravis armor, give it a 2+ save. And left him at that. Filled him as either Terminator or Gravis. Whichever one you wish. The fact that they've got that many bloody models out for him now, you never know which one you're actually fielding. So is that the one in the Gravis armor, or is that the one with that, or is that the one with that? Because one gives him a 3+ save, one gives him a 2+ save. You can teleport in one, and you can do this in the other. And I just don't like Ultramarines though, in fairness. It's like sending the Boy Scouts in when you should have sent the SAS. You dry. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to do null oil. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 2 hours in. And I've just got 4 things to do now with null oil, which are the grey ones, either in the brick farm or in the cobblestone. Regardless, it needs a null oil wash. And then it's a crap load more drying. Absolute crap load more drying. Oh, pardon me. Hiccups. I don't exist but one way, just to make sure. I'm going to try using a bigger brush. Just, it might make it quicker, like Cam said. Now again, I don't want too thick of a coat on it, because I don't want it to wash out all the colours. And there's not a lot of colour on it, I know, but still, I don't want it to wash out all the colour. But we want to make sure it gets in things like the cracks and the crevices. And if we're lucky enough, it should help bring the actual colour out. There we go, see? It does actually help bring a bit of that colour out. And make those cracks a lot deeper than they actually, or look a lot deeper than they actually are. I'm going off the sounds of it, I've got to pay a trip up to see Cam this weekend. With my airbrush and a lot of paint. So we can then paint his towel. In the very odd colour scheme that I kind of planned out for him. Not a standard towel colour scheme at all. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's the Terminator armor one. He can lead pretty much most things because he's the chapter master. And yeah, he's a CP farmer. He's a roided up captain at the end of the day. And captains aren't that good. 10th, 11th captains, well, 10th definitely. Captains weren't that good. I'd rather take a lieutenant and a chaplain rather than a captain. Because a captain's overall rules don't buff the unit that much. Yeah, you can get discounted CPs, and some captains like Calgar give you they give you a refund on some CP, or let you churn some extra CP, but that's it really. Whereas the lieutenant's giving you things like an advance and charge or advance and shoot, lethal hits on your weapons, so stuff like, I mean, even just giving them to bolt guns ups the firepower of a standard bolt rifle. You can punch up a little bit harder than what it would normally be able to, just by rolling those sixes to hit so they can auto wound. Start giving it things like hell blasters and stuff like that, and you get a whole different kettle of fish to go fighting. Whole different kettle of fish to go fighting. Just give them a nice storm shield and sword. You can put them in with things like blade guards and things like that. Lieutenants are just far better than the actual captains, in my opinion, at the moment. This is why I'll go through the revised 2,000 point armor list for the Space Marines in a moment. Once I've done these, I do have a revised list now that the new points for 11th are out. And the actual list itself hasn't changed much, so Northern, if you are watching, this is the army that I've planned. I'll grab them out as soon as we get the all clear to go do it, and then we'll go play. But seeing as by the time we get to go play, it looks like it's going to be 11th edition that's running, we can get to learn 11th edition. Yeah, standard tau colours are boring. just drab browns and yellow and like dull yellows and stuff. When it first came out, it wasn't too bad, but now they've got so many unique choices. It's a bit weird with the amount of them that all have that same bloody colour. I mean, even Space Marines aren't that bad. They do vary it up a little bit more than the Tau do. Like the only real way to stay as Codex lore for Tau and have it as a different colour is to go, no, I'm Farsight. Then everyone's just playing Farsight red instead of Tau brown. Huge change in colour. Huge change in colour. Red and brown. I just love washing. Who Tau's supposed to get? They've already had new units, them twin blade thingies. They got them not long ago, didn't they? Them two new plasma, whatever two new bloody suits, that's what they are. Two new annoying jumpy around suits. That's what Tau got. As well as plastic for the coal star and stuff like that. Yeah. They use a lot of non-lyle. A lot of non-lyle. There we go. We have tiles. Yeah, have you not seen them? Games Workshop. Warhammer? Warhammer 40,000. Xenos Armies. Tau Empire. Yeah, the Twin Lands. Them things. You not seen them yet? Those are the new ones. I think those are the only new ones. Yeah, as far as I can see. I mean, you get a Supremacy armor now. Firesight team, online only, which is basically drone recon squads. You've got a few Croots. The Croot Hounds of Vespids, the Farstalker Killband, the Lone Spear. A lot of new Croot models. You're not allowed one of those Mantas before you ask. Yeah, but they've been out for a while now, dude. They've been out for a while. I've seen people painting them. They've been out that long. People have painted and finished them that aren't even on the Games Workshop. We're going to send you stuff early list. I'm not even being on that and still getting them done. Oh, you were looking at the Supremacy armor. That's been out for ages. They've just transferred it from Forge World to Games Workshop now. A lot of the stuff that's coming that was on Forge World that they still sell, the transferring over to Games Workshop. So I'm looking forward to a few plastic kits coming out in the next few years. That have been pretty much Forge World only, which is not good. Right. They are very pricey, but they do look fucking awesome. You're still not allowed them. If I'm not allowed Norns, you're not allowed them. Right, so let's have a look at this 2,000 point army that I've managed to build up for my Space Marines. Under the new rules, let's just get rid of some of that a minute, because there's a lot of stuff. Because there's some stuff that may not necessarily wish to be put online. Got to remember that. Continue as a free member, because I am a free member. Right, so now we have Battleforge. And we have the Stone Bears, because they have changed their name now because of Lazarus. There we go. So, for HQs, we have a Terminator Chaplain, a Librarian Terminator, and a Standard Lieutenant. Okay, now he's got the Storm Shield and the Neo Valkyrie Pistol. I have no dedicated battle line. None at all. There is a Ballista Dreadnought, a 3-man Blade Guard Veteran Squad for the Lieutenant to go with, a Brutalis Dreadnought, 2 3-man Eradicator Squads, a Redemptor Dreadnought, a Repulsor to take the 6 Eradicators. Why is there a Storm Talon gunship in there? There should not be a Storm Talon gunship in there. Delete you. And that gives me a crap load more points. Okay. I'm 175 points short. You soaked the destroyer during the dilute. You put it in water and then shaped it and it looks fine. Excellent. Two decent brushes. So I need to put another 175 points in there. Now I have 10 Assault Terminators, 10 normal Terminators, a Repulsor, Dreadnoughts. Now I could, I suppose. 1, 2, 3. That still puts me 75 points off. Oh, sorry, 95 points off. What can I get for 95 points? Let's have a look at characters. See, even Captain's 85 in Terminator armor. You don't get much in the form of Gravis stuff, really, do you? I mean, Apothecary Biologist. Lethal hits to some of the, which detachment am I running? I will be running... Won't tempt me in shitloads of Dreadnoughts. That is a good list. I am running Firestorm Assault Force. Oh, I should be running Firestorm Assault Force. Yeah, Firestorm. Now there is the Salamander specific one, which I believe is actually 3. Yeah, it's actually 3 detachment points for that. but I do have 3 available. So I could go for the armored spear tip. Although it's not letting me change it from the Firestorm Assault Force. And I don't know why. But Stone Bears does not have an M in it. It has an N. Oh, there we go. Armored spear tip. So there are more rules in this than I would. Right, so detachment rules. Oath of Moment I still get. But I get rapid deployment with this one. Right, for each time an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army disembarks from a transport, excluding the flies, that made a normal or advanced move, that disembarked unit can make a normal move of up to D6 inches or a normal move of up to D3 plus 3. Instead, if that transport is a heavy transport. I don't like that. I mean, I'm fine with the Oath of Moment. I just don't like the detachment rules. I do not like them detachment rules. They're awful. So let's go back to Armour Spear Tip and take that off and put Firestorm Assault Force back on. Right, now let's see what the army's rule is. Close range eradication. You see, this is the better one. This is everything gets the assault word. All ranged weapons have the assault word, and each time it makes an attack within 12 inches, you add 1+1 to the strength characteristic. Seeing I'm running a lot of melee and short range stuff, that's good. And obviously, I still get the Oath of Moment, which means you can reroll the hit rolls. And considering I am using a Codex army, not a Divergent army, I also get to add 1 to the wound roll as well, which is unbelievably powerful. See that there? So I'm not a Black Templars, I'm not a Blood Angels, I'm not a Dark Angels, Death Watch, or Space Wolves. I am using a Codex Space Marine army and detachment. So it's reroll hit rolls against my Oath of Moment target and +1 to wound, as well as having +1 strength if I'm in 12 inches, and I get all my weapons get assault. I have a few different stratagems, obviously using shooting phases, movement phases, and command phases. Actually, quite a lot. I get to using quite a few of them, but that's what I'll be using. The Apothecary Bio. I've still got 50 points to bloody spend. And I can't put a lieutenant with me eradicators. I've got 6 blade guard now with a lieutenant. I technically have 6. In fact, yes. Rather than having 2 eradicators, let's delete and put 1 up to being a full. So 2 multi-melters and 3 melter rifles. Lieutenant must be attached to a unit, and apothecary biologist must be attached to a unit. Apparently my Eradicator squad has an invalid. Oh. I didn't give them all close combat weapons and bolt pistols. And I've not given all the Blade Guard veterans any weapons at all. Right, okay. So just to help sort it out now. The Apothecary Biologist. Holy shit, it is the EB himself. Yeah, so the Apothecary Biologist goes with the 6-man Eradicator squad. 6-man Blade Guard. Get a Lieutenant. The 10-man Terminator. Get a Librarian for sustained hits. And they should have 2 assault cannons. There we go. Yeah. So they've got 2 assault cannons in there now. And they go with the Librarian. The Chaplain goes with the Assault Terminators. Everybody's got a shield. Every fucker's got a shield. And there is a Repulsor in there as well. And the 3 Dreadnoughts. Now they've been designed to go up against another one of my factions, which is currently 10 points short. And that is my Tyrannid faction, which has got a Hive Tyrant, a Neuro Tyrant, and a Winged Hive Tyrant. 40 Turbo Guns, because I needed something for them to shoot. 5 Barb Gaunts. 22 Neuro Gaunts, just to help keep that Neuro Lich alive. 1 of each non. 3 Psychophages, and 2 Screamer Killers. So that's going to be the Tyrannid army to go against the Space Marine army. So they've both been built now for 11th. Which, as I said, hopefully I'm going to get that 11th edition rulebook on Saturday, along with all the nice new models. It should be fun. It should be. Oh, I'll say that. I've got a load of new models to put together that I've not done before, and a lot of them are going to be easy build. I'm going to have 20 Orcs to do, 10 Gretchen, so that's 30. Plus all the characters, Pain Boy, Weird Boy. Oh, I'm getting a Weird Boy. Oh, Joe, you have to rub it in, mate. You have to rub it in. I want tobacco. That's not good. That's not good. But while I do have the pair of yous in at the same time, if you'd like to jump on that Facebook group that I made for the 3 of us and give me any information on updates, that would be appreciated. I'll also send that hotel over to you, Joey, just in case you still need it. So we're still waiting for things to dry. Lots of things to dry. You see, this is still sopping wet within here. So hopefully I won't be coming back to these until next Thursday. I hope. And next Monday we'll be putting Orcs together. That's what I want to do anyway. What time again? Oh bugger. Oh bugger. I've got a sports day to go to tomorrow. So that means up early, out, and then yeah, we get to have fun. We get to have a lot of fun. So we are waiting just for these to dry. So we have the red brick, the grey brick, the brown cobblestone, the sandstone, that one's not been done, so we can have a comparison. So that's the black base. That's the not black base. So there's a big difference. No, you can't do pay with cash. So yeah, I prefer this colour to this colour. And then obviously we've got the moss and the greeny bits that are growing through. Not so much on here. because this is more streety tiles. I am missing a singular. Aha, there it is. And obviously there's the other. So we have two at least matching. So we can have them together as a D&D tile set. At least in some way. And it's not going to look too bad once they're all out together. So let's pop them there. We have them two on there. Have them two on there. And we have the two red brick ones there. Now, I am limited to this is my area for doing everything, including waiting for everything to dry at the moment. I have bits of all sorts scattered all over, things that shouldn't even be on my desk are on my desk at the moment. So it is becoming a little bit of a fun one, just to try and find room and get stuff around here. Ooh, you're going for a barbecue. You're all going for barbecues. You're all going for barbecues. To be quite honest, I'm annoyed with barbecues. I have somebody living nearby who seems to want to do barbecues every fucking time the sun's out. Problem is, every time he pulls his barbecue out, I got washed on the fucking line. So, prick can go get fucked. Right, there is a, I believe, no, that's not the right one. Ah, there it is. It's called Saves Typing Twice. And now I need to go find the hotel that I'm staying at. Now, this is the end of the stream technically because I'm waiting to dry. No, I'm waiting for things to dry. I'm dry. I'm just waiting for things to dry. While I am doing this, I'm going to essentially message a few people with some stuff that they may need to know or they may want to know. So there's a few of you in this chat at the moment who have had invites to my wedding and you have asked questions. So I'm going to get a few of those things posted through and answered while I'm on here. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you have any questions about what's coming up for next week and the new box set, let me know. We can go have a look through on Games Workshop's website. That's fine. I forgot how to spell the one that we're going to. It's that one. Right, so I'm going to send this link to EB and Joey because they might want this if they are making it over. EB, why have you got a tick next to your name? And I mean, you've got a tick and a shield, but Joey's got a shield. And nobody else has got a tick. How's that happened? I don't know what to share. I don't know what to share that. Can't I just copy it? Ah, there we go. I can just copy it. Oh, okay. The tick is from 100k subs. Yeah, so in other words, the tick is something I'm never gonna see. Now, hopefully that should send you to the hotel. Yeah, Control C doesn't work on one of these. If I click on that link, hopefully it should take me to the Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Because you were asked if anyone was staying anywhere, and that is where we're staying. Me and Sparkles will be going there for. Well, you just press and hold, and then select copy. But there's a two little square things. Yeah, I wanted to save the entire. I wanted to share the entire page though, so I had to look for that one. And the little thingy with the little dots on was being a pain, so I just had to copy this. Just copied it. It let me copy. It just won't let me keyboard shortcut. It does help. I do like keyboard shortcuts, right? They are a lot better. So yes, that is the hotel where myself, Graham, Dave will be spending that night. I'm assuming Cam's just going to be going home because he lives up the road. But that's that bit sorted. Is there anything else that anyone wants to ask a question for? Anything else at all? Ooh. They come in so many pieces, them Cam. They come in so many pieces. Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. And now we're selling organs on the black market. The last two lots is loads. The last two lots are going to be arms and heads and stuff, aren't they? That's going to be the pain. But yeah, I asked a simple question, and Joey and EB end up selling organs on the black market. It's crazy how these things happen. It is crazy. Are any of these actually going to dry in time for me to do anything else with them? I mean, I do have like stage by stage, so you can see how I've got certain things up to certain points. So I still have some fresh that have not been washed or done anything with. Obviously, if you were to compare that one to that one, there is a big bloody difference. Big bloody difference. Again, if you was to compare this one to this one, massive difference. And again, obviously this one's the one where I had black underneath, so there's already a difference. But again, just the toning, so much better, and the actual moss is staying on, which is good. So what is it? Body, legs, and armor. I shall get my white paint out because there is a certain way I want to try painting that model. So that changes that conversation into a bit of a different one now. Obviously, people are still invited and still welcome to come. But obviously, if some people are struggling to come over, then that's not going to be easy. High CPU usage detected. 10 minutes. It does not like me running this thing on here, does it? It is really, really crippling my machine at the moment. Again, I just cleared them notifications, and again, it's telling me I've got a high CPU usage. That is not good. So before my machine actually dies on me, and I mean, the heat from the machine's excellent for helping this lot dry. It's working great. It's just not so good for the machine itself because it just keeps coming up with warnings for my CPU's overheating. Not a good thing to have. So in this case, I am going to thank you all for coming. If I have missed you, you popped up like Twisted. I didn't miss you, mate. I did catch you just a little bit later than I realised, so sorry about that. Anyone else who's coming and I have missed, thank you so much again for coming to see me. This is it for tonight. Only a 2.5 hour one. Quite a quick stream, mainly because I don't have all my stuff available to be doing a full stream. But hopefully I should be set up properly in my little cupboard on Monday. If not, then I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, but I'll figure something out. Until then, though, please drive safely. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, because it will be, as of tomorrow, it's Friday, and it is weekend after that. Woo! And is also the Armageddon launch box, which, yes, I will be getting. If I don't get a chance to stream on Monday, I'll probably do an unboxing at least. And then, yeah, we'll carry on from there. Hopefully we'll either finish off the tiles, or we're starting on a lot of orcs. Although I am tempted with the chaplain first. That chaplain model is nice. So, as I said again, drive well, drive there. Look after yourselves, drive safely. Hope you all stay well, and I will see you on Monday. Bye bye. How do we end this stream again? I can't remember.